Welcome to Isrock's Movie Channel, and today we're going to review and discuss here on episode 19 a movie that I truly anticipated from the first time I saw the trailer. It's called American Skin. Spoiler alert, this review is going to be a little spicy. It's going to be controversial. A lot of people aren't going to agree what would I have to say. And, what I'm going to say here isn't going to be mind-blowing or anything like that. At the end of the day, this is a review for a movie, but at the end of the day, too, this is my opinion, okay? The premises of this movie is a Marine veteran played by Nate Parker, who also starred, directed, produced this movie, is working in a school as a janitor while he's trying to amend his relationship with his son through a divorce. When his son is killed by a police officer during a traffic stop, this police officer is eventually acquitted and cleared of the murder of his son. He's found innocent. So he decides to take matters into his own hands, teaming up with a group of friends. He has a military background, so the group of friends are ex-military personnel. And he storms the police station where the officers work, takes the occupants hostage, and he conducts a trial of his own. You understand that? That's crazy. He basically conducts a trial. He empties this police station, keeps the police, imprisons the police, the prisoners in the precinct he brings up, makes sure that they're still in handcuffs, and he sits them down right across from the police. I thought that was such an interesting take on justice, especially for this movie. And it doesn't get violent, They share opinions. Yeah, things get hectic, a lot of arguments, a lot of high voicing. But they get into the meat of the situation. And this is a truly fantastic piece of work. It's very, very authentic, very genuine. It really reflects the amount of anger and frustration we feel today. And a lot of us feel that in regard to the American law enforcement, right? But I say that to say this also. Not every police officer out there is corrupt, is racist. You do have good ones out there. As a Spanish man, I can honestly say that I see a tremendous degree of racism within the law enforcement here in America. I've seen it firsthand. I have black friends. I'm Puerto Rican. I've seen it firsthand with Latino friends, Asian friends. And it's very omnipresent, especially now in 2021. I'm not saying it's the majority, but I'm saying it's substantial. This was a great drama that explores some really important themes. And the utter brutality of some cops, unfortunately, are showed in this film in a very negative way, because the outcome of the situation in this movie ended up very negatively. And while exploring these very important themes, there's a tremendous need for reform and a great need to retrain these cops, I believe, so that they think twice about taking the lives of people of color at the end of the day. And I'm not saying there's not people out there that are of Caucasian descent or another race, another ethnicity that doesn't get profiled, but they don't get profiled the way we do. Law enforcement is not a sport. It's a serious business. You take an oath, so, you expect them to take it seriously and show respect for lives. You're supposed to be serving and protecting, not killing and abetting, and being corrupt and this and that. But this movie takes you along that journey. Nate Parker, who had this vision Basically, he's I feel like he's blackballed in Hollywood, but this was an outstanding film filled with important truths. It's one of the best climaxes I've hands down ever witnessed. I'm not gonna tell you that. I just want you to go see this movie so you can see, that's what you call powerful. The way this film ends, it's adequately produced. I think it's put together in a way where the production, the viewing experience, could have had its tweaks. There were a few scenes that could have been shorter and they would have been a little more powerful. But, I understand what he was doing. This had to be seen. I applaud Nate Parker a great deal. This man, I feel like he's blackballed in Hollywood because of his thoughts and what he wants to bring to film and his content. At the end of nothing like this should happen. And I'm glad that it's heartfelt. You could tell that it's coming from a right place. It feels like a docudrama. I actually tried to see if this was, based on a true story, but when you look around and you look at the news, it's a true story about life. It has a lot of dynamics. Omari Hardwick, Ghost from Power, is in this movie. He plays a tremendous role in this movie, very important as well. Is a man who's very loyal to his brother in the movie, which is Nate Parker. They're army buddies for years. This man's an alcoholic. This man is dying from cancer. And he goes, and he's one of his ride or dies, literally. This movie basically takes desperate measures to another level, This movie was made for us so we can have this conversation, so we can speak about systemic oppression, the conversation that's raw at heart, although it ends on a sad note. Every day is a sad note to some people, unfortunately. But I want you to go into this movie with your eyes open. It's an enjoyable movie, but it's also a tough movie to get through. It had me emotional because I don't know what I would do if, God forbid, I was driving with my son through a good neighborhood, right? And I wasn't supposed to be there. When at the end of the day, we have the freedom to do what we want, as long as it's legal, as long as we're doing it the right way. Normal things like breathing, stopping at a stop sign just to have a conversation with your son, to be pulled over, and for things to go another way. But for me personally, this movie can't even rate it. This movie was up there. Go and check it out. Check it out with a family. Check it out with a brother, a sister, a loved one. Check it out with somebody that means something to you, because you're gonna need somebody after this movie. Either to hold, to kiss, to cherish. You need to conversate. Because this is a movie that it touches you in such a way where, whoa, you start to really think, man, life is short. I haven't spoken to this person in so long, let me call him, because you just never know. And this movie documents and tells that in a phenomenal way. American Skin. Go and check it out. And please, leave a comment. Let me know what you felt while watching the movie. Let me know what you thought. Excellent movie. Don't forget to share this. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe, importantly. And please hit that notification bell. To the next one. Peace.